Welcome to 2 Minutes of Tech. This is episode 8. In this episode, we're going to be working on our Scratch game. This is Frog Part 2, and we're going to be adding our main character, our frog, and the code that goes with it. And we're also going to be adding a car and a bus. So we're going to reopen our old project, which was our background. And we'll start by clicking on the white cross up at the top left hand side here where we add our characters in. Scroll right down and you will find a frog. Just got to find that frog. It's one of the built-in characters in ScratchJr. So we're going to click on this little guy here. Click the little tick up in the top right hand corner here. Now we're going to move this frog down to the green grass. And we notice that this frog is probably a little bit big for the grassy area. So we might have to do some adjustments. One way of fixing this problem is to go to these blocks here. And you'll find there is a grow and a shrink block. So what we're going to do is we're going to change that number to 1. And we're just going to shrink our frog by 1. Now that is a better size, so he fits right in there between the lines. Once we've done that, we're going to need to get our frog to move. To do that, we're going to choose one of the blue motion blocks. We're going to use this block here called move up. If you notice, if I click once, he moves up that far. Again, 2, 3. And what we're trying to do is get him to move between these different layers, if you like. So if I go 1, 2, 3, that brings them up to the halfway. 1, 2, 3. So it seems to be he's jumping in lots of 3, or 3 moves at a time. So we're going to change this 1 to 3. Now when we click it, he's going to be moving between the layers perfectly. So that works well. So the next thing is we need to find an event block. And what we want to do is find one when we click on the frog, that the frog moves. So if we go to the yellow blocks, the event blocks, we find this block here, start on tap. We pop that into there. And then when we tap on the frog is going to move between the different layers. So that's the initial coding we need for the frog. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to add in another character, which is a car. So I'm going to click the little plus up in the top left here again, and I'm going to find the car. It's not, there's a car there, but we want the little blue car. This one down here next to the bus. It's actually right down the bottom. Click on that one. Now, again, this car is too big for the road. We don't want it that big. So we're going to go back to the tools where we can shrink this car down. We'll shrink it down one at a time, one step at a time. So let's try that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We want it to be able to fit on one side of the road. So I'm going to try 5, 6. That might be a little bit small, so I want to grow it. So I'm going to get the grow block, and I'm going to grow it back by 1. Click on there. Now that's pretty good size. Looks good to me. So we'll keep that size. And we're going to add a bus going the other way. Let's bring that frog into line. So I'm going to click the plus again up here to add a character. And scroll right down to the bottom once more, click on the bus, and then click the tick to add the bus in. Right, this bus is huge and we want it to shrink down again, so we're going to go through the same process. Let's change that to 1 first, shrink it down. That is pretty good. I'm going to move it down to this level here. And the next step is to get the car and the bus moving. So the easiest way to do that is we're going to use the event block when green flag is clicked. So when the game has started, we want our car to be moving in a direction. So at the moment, it's going to move one space. We want it to be continuously moving. So to do that, we can add this block in here. It's actually an end block, but it says repeat forever. So it's actually a forever loop block. And pop it in there. Let's see what that does. So that moves our car, keeps it going forever as long as the program is running. But what we want to do is we want it to change speed as a part of the game. So we're going to alter that code so it changes speed. To change speed, we need to add some control blocks from the orange panel here. These are the control blocks. This is the control block that sets the speed. So what we're going to do is we have three options here. We have slow, medium, and fast. I'm going to set the first speed for fast. I'm also going to change the distance traveled, so use it to 20. To do that, we just click into the little white space there. We can change it on the keyboard, the keypad over to the right, or we can just type it in on our keyboard. Let's see how that goes. Now I'm going to click stop, and I'm going to add in here. Let's put a slow speed in next. And again, I think I'll have that travel for, let's say 20 or so. Well, because it's a bit slower, I might have it go a little bit shorter. Let's say 15. See what that looks like. It virtually does like a lap of the road before it changes and speeds up again. And finally, let's do a medium speed. And we'll do that. I think we'll do that one for 20 also. See how that looks. Going fast, we slow down. And we speed up to medium speed again. It just makes it more challenging to get your frog across when the vehicles are going at different paces. So let's try do exactly the same thing with the bus, but we're going to have the bus moving in a different direction. So we're going to need the trigger block again. We'll have triggering on green flag. And we'll need those control blocks again as well. We'll drag out 3 of those. This time we're going to put them in different order. So I think I will start with the fast one. We'll go to slow, and then we'll end with medium. And again, we'll need the move blocks. So this time we're going to move to the left, so in a different direction. We'll trigger the speed first, so moving fast in the left direction. Then we're going to move slowly. This one can be 20. Then we're going to change the speed again. Might try 30 on that one. And we might go for 20 on that one also. And then we need an end block, which is repeat forever. Let's have a look what that looks like. So to stop those cars doing the same thing at the same time, I'm going to alter this around. So I'm just going to change this to medium, this one to fast, and I'm going to change these distances of travel around a little bit too. So I'll change that to 30. I think I'll keep that one at 20 and we'll keep the other one at 30. Let's try that again. Now the 2 vehicles are going at different speeds, which is what I wanted. That's all we have time for today, so we'll see you back in episode 9, where we'll be adding some more characters to this game. Ka kite anō.